Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I'm Amina. This is the Shadow Day reading. Because this is a Shadow Day reading, which is shadow work, there may be some things here that will trigger you guys. So make sure that you've sent it yourself. You take a deep breath. You're ready to receive the information, receive the guidance, receive the clarity. Also, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you wish to have a reading personal for yourself, especially if you wish to have a shadow work reading or soul guidance session, you can book it through the link in the description. With that being said, we're going to hop right into this. We have the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius vibes coming in here, solar plex vibes coming in here. So I'm also getting heart chakra. So this reading is going to pull on the heartstrings a bit as well. But this says to me a move is coming. You might be someone that also loves to travel. Even if you really haven't left your city or your town, you're someone that probably dreams of traveling a lot. And there's some type of move that's coming up. Now this move could be, for some of you, I'm picking up work, moving from one location because of work to another, or moving from one building to another. I'm picking up moving like an actual pack your bags, get gone type of thing. Some of you might be moving out of state, out of country. It's a lot of you that's moving to like a new apartment or just a new area of town, of wherever you live. But you dream of really moving somewhere else completely. For those of you who are just still stuck in the same town or city, you really want to move somewhere else. You're a adventurous person. You're ready to just like, okay, I've been here long enough. It's time to go. That's the vibe that you're giving off here. Sagittarius could be your sign, could be in your chart, could be the season that you're moving, or the season that you have moved, because some of you may have already moved to this new place. But this is definitely traveling energy, right? We have the Death card in reverse, crown chakra. Someone's crown chakra is blocked. We have this in reverse because transformation for this group, transformation is taking place, but it's slow. It's very slow. And it's not just because, well, it's taking its time. It's because there are things happening around you. There are situations and people around you, including yourself, that are slowing down that process, right? So we got to get this to flip itself around. We got to unblock that crown chakra. A huge reason why it's blocked is because there's a lack of communication here with people close to you. I feel like this is on two different ends of the spectrum here. On one hand, there are people who want to be close to you. They want to have your back, that you're having a lack of communication with, right? And then there are people who don't have your best interests at heart, who don't care about you, that are causing that lack of communication. And you make up excuses for it, right? Because we have that blue here. We have that throat chakra here, right? But this is also a third party situation. Now, I'm picking this up in different ways. For some of you, you are dealing with a person that's dealing with someone else. It's a lot of drama with that. It's a lot of he said, she said, and it's creating a block, right? For others, you may be the person dealing with two people. And you think that the other person don't know nothing, but they know. And neither one of the two that you're dealing with may be right for you. But there's some type of emotional attachment, because your emotions are all flipped around. There's some type of emotional attachment to those two connections, right? Those two karmatic situations. For the vast majority of you, this is friends, family, someone in those categories, or that you would put in those categories. This could be a friend that feels like family. Maybe you grew up with them, might have went to school with them or something. They don't have your best interests at heart. They actually bring out a negative side to you, right? And it's slowing down your transformation, especially if you're moving away. If you're moving somewhere else, and it may be somewhere better, right? And this is a person, the kind of person that'll say crap like, oh, so you're going to move and forget where you come from, that type of vibe, right? Just because you knew them a long time doesn't mean they have your best interests at heart. You try to appease this person or people too much. For some of you, this is also relationship related. You might be dealing with a person that's always, along with every compliment comes an insult. And so it makes you focus too much on the exterior of yourself. You care too much about what you look like or how you're going to appear to other people instead of caring about your own inner work, right? Instead of caring about, okay, what do I need to do to get myself aligned today? What do I need to do to focus so that I'm in a good centered space? Instead, it's what are they going to think about me? If I wear this, what is he or she going to say? Right? So we got to reverse these. We got to get that self-confidence back. The issue here is definitely dealing with self-worth. These people kind of alter how you feel about your self-esteem, and it's time for you to change it back. If you feel that you've never really had self-esteem, it's time for you to dig deep and claim it because it's there, right? The illumination is there. You just need to allow for it to come forth. And that's really hard to do when you're dealing with toxic people. Toxic people that bring out toxic, destructive behavior within yourself. You don't like this version of you. It could be drinking, it could be partying too much, it could just be getting caught up in drama just because you're friends of a friend and that person went and did something stupid. I feel like some of you have friends that make you do things and claim, oh, well, if you're my friend, you would do this. But when the role is reversed, when you need something, they're never there. They always got something to do. They'll have you come and cater events. 'Cause I feel like some of you are caterers. They'll have you come cater an event, pay you nothing, give you no credit, act like you were just supposed to do it because you're their friend. But they would never go out their way to do the same thing for you. Right? For some of you, it's dating. Some of them say, hey, come on this date with me. Such and such is bringing their friend and, three's a crowd. But if you come, do it for me. We're friends. And when you go, you don't like that person. Whoever it is they got you being the wing girl or wingman for, you don't like hanging with that person. There's something foul about them, but you keep doing it. Then you get caught up in rumors. You get caught up in drama. I'm hearing people saying, so-and-so was out with such and such and they were together at this club or this bar. And that friend will throw you under the bus because they're not really a friend. Now, here you are getting caught up in arguments and fights and situations, might be fighting with family, maybe caught up in third-party situations, all because of what? Right? You don't like when you're in this mode, this destructive, self-destructive mode. We have the Four of Wands also in reverse. Now we're moving into that third eye energy with the purple here, right? But I'm also still seeing, it looks like little hints of white and like almost like a greenish white there, like crown, heart chakra energy. But I'm also seeing a little bit of gold, so solar plex again. These are the chakras these are chakras that are feeling blocked with you, and you may be feeling some physical discomfort. For example, when you are talking with these relatives or friends that you're having this miscommunication with, you might get a tightness like in your throat or around your shoulders, this really tight, almost like someone's wounding you up. That's a sign that chakra is blocked. When it comes to the third eye, you might be getting intense headaches, especially in the frontal part, like a sinus headache almost, and you know that your sinuses shouldn't be bothering you, all because that third eye is affected by all this negative emotion. You might be a very sensitive person to the energies as well. So you're picking up on just how frustrating and your body just, it can feel it. Normally, the Four of Wands is about celebration, right? In reverse, it's also speaking to that lack of communication and some difficulties coming in. There's difficulties here that need to be sorted out, need to be fixed. And those difficulties are possibly getting in the way of an admirer. I feel like, because you do have an admirer, there is someone that's keeping an eye on you. But I feel like this Page of Cups is a mixture between that person and you, because the Page of Cups, a lot of times they can feel like they don't get the best draw when it comes to love. So if you find that you're in a third-party situation or dealing with someone that's in a third-party situation, or just with a person who, like I said, puts you down, don't really encourage you, gets you caught up in drama, you are a kind-hearted person, a gentle person deep down. So even if you act like none of that affects you, it really does, right? And that admirer is someone similar. That admirer, it feels like someone who, they're not a pushover by any means, but they're a very gentle soul. And it doesn't mean they're a punk. It don't mean they can't fight. Because I feel like you might be used to dealing with people who are a little bit more rough around the edges. This is somebody who, if they had to throw hands, they could throw hands, right? They prefer not to. So they prefer to not be in situations that would require it, right? But I feel like this admirer is connected to a huge opportunity. And that slow stagnation, that dealing with these other corrupt situations might get in the way of what that is. We have here awareness, right? And awareness says, you are completely aware of a situation in your life. Do not underestimate the danger. By being aware of the situation, it will help you to avoid danger. This will give you more choices. This card represents a person. So those toxic people, right? I feel like some of them have a predator vibe. Beware of their intentions. Predator, and listen, you know your situation. You know if you've been picking up something feeling like it could be dangerous, like it could be a really, this about to go left kind of situation, right? But predator doesn't just mean a person that wants to do you physical harm. When it comes to bewaring of someone's intentions, this could be a person that they just wish for your downfall so they can feel like they're ahead. So that if, for example, if this person works for you, they will throw you under the bus at work just so that they can say, oh, such and such did that, I deserve that promotion, not them. You know what I mean? Like they do little spiteful, hateful things. And the problem with those kind of people, especially when they fake being your friends, they will put you in predicaments that can be life-threatening or that can be really detrimental to your future because they don't care. They don't care about thinking about the consequences. They don't even care about the karma that they're bringing into their own life by doing it. All that matters to them is, I feel so-and-so think they're better than, especially if you're moving, because remember move came up here. Oh, they moving, so now they think that they're great because they're able to move out of their mama's house or able to move out of the neighborhood. Whatever the situation may be, those are just some of the things I'm hearing. Right? If you're a person that's going through a transformation, you're starting to wake up, you want to be more spiritual. Or why are you into that weird stuff? Why you watching readings? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? This is a person you don't let know all your business anyway. Period. They don't need to know all your business. This is somebody that admirer might be noticing, and they don't know how to read your situation because the person watching you doesn't know everything about you. So I feel like that person may be someone that you've met in passing, or maybe you work with them. Maybe you've moved into the neighborhood they live in and you've interacted with them. And when you're interacting with them, they see one side of you. And then when they see you kind of out and about with these other people, they're like, okay, now this individual seems like a whole new person to me. You got to be careful with that because this admirer could be someone with a huge opportunity for you. This could also be a sacred union right here. And you don't want to mess that up by dealing with toxic predators, people who bring out a destructive side of you, people who don't have your best interests at heart, right? And they're the kind who sit around and gossip about everybody and everything, and they always in someone's business, and somebody always caught up in drama. Oh, such and such did this to me, so and so did that to me, blah blah blah. Probably getting you caught up in fights just because you're standing next to them at a time when they're getting caught up in some drama, right? Really goes along with that Six of Wands, because if you're so caught up in how they view you that you feel like you got to play a part, you can't be yourself, you have to play a role, that right there is a tall tale sign, get away. However, there are some real friends either around you or coming into your life. I feel like some of you have friends that go back a few years. They might have popped up recently in your life and they don't like these new people that you're around. They're not vibing with them. They don't care if they're your co-workers or neighbors, they don't care. Like, something's wrong with these people. Something's wrong. For some of you, it's one particular person. I'm seeing a girl. I keep seeing a girl, right? And you could be male or female, but there's some type of girl that's always getting you caught up in some type of drama. And that person themselves may be dealing with a third party situation, and now your name is thrown around in it because you're always seen with them. You're not dating them, you're not even friends with benefits, but you're somehow caught up in the mix of the drama, right? But we have friends. A friend is about to play a very important role in your life. Nurture this friendship. A friendship is coming your way. Job offer may come from a good friend. A trip, remember we seen that, a trip with a friend may be planned. So take it how it resonates, but remember I said that you guys had the energy of a traveler and that a move may be coming or some type of trip may be coming. Now, this could be from friends you already know, or this could be that admirer turning into a friend before turning into something more, right? And all of the benefits that may come with that. This could be someone who, the reason the job offers here, they might be watching you going, wow, such and such is a really good worker. They're really good at what they do. Maybe I should put a word in for them at my company or at my establishment. Or maybe they own the company, right? There could be a person that owns a store. I'm hearing somebody owns a store. So this could be someone who's willing to put their neck out there for you. But the only thing that makes them feel a bit uneasy is when they catch wind of all of that other stuff, all that other mess, and it's not that they're really judging you per se, but they know that, hey, like if this person chooses to still rock with these people who don't mean them no good, and they mess up opportunities for them, what could I do? I mean, they can make you the offer, but they can't make you accept the offer, and they could put their neck out there for you, but you can't expect them to get it chopped off because you're still wanting to mess with these toxic people, right? You deserve better, and they know you deserve better. We have security. Should you, right? In fact, right now, Spirit, we're going to reverse these situations for clarity, right? We're going to reverse these situations for positivity, right? We don't want no lack of communication here. We don't want no toxic energy. So we're going to reverse this for this group right now. When you get these things on track, we have genuine security. You are about to enter a part of life where you can now relax and enjoy. Beginning of prosperity in successful ventures, a sense of security developing with a career, finances, relationship, and self. So some of you, I do feel like some of those friends might be co-workers of yours because work keeps popping up here. And I do feel more and more like that move may be work related for a huge majority of you here. Not everybody, but many of you watching or that will watch this, right? And when you're able to get that transformation to smooth out, right? When you're able to get your emotions to smooth out and more so get on track with these friendships and relationships in your life, cutting out third parties, cutting out drama, cutting out toxic people or family members, reversing and having a more victorious go through cleaning up these chakras, it's going to open a really positive door for you, right? You got to trust in your awareness, first of all, right? You got to trust in your awareness about these negative things. And you also have to trust your awareness about whoever this admirer is. I feel like if you guys don't know who that is, they will make themselves known, especially if they're connected to some type of business deal or new friendship that's blossoming. You might just get that feeling. You might meet them, y'all be talking, all of a sudden you remember this reading, go, wait a minute. This person kind of sounds like, right? When that happens, you don't want to miss an opportunity with that person by judging them based on those other individuals. We have trust here. During this time, you may encounter a new love. Keep an open mind and heart. Remember, we picked up heart energy, which will lead to love or friendship. I heard and or in my head. So which will lead to love and or friendship. Learn to trust yourself and your intuition, i.e. your awareness. Trust in your awareness. When your awareness is telling you something ain't right, people ain't right, a situation ain't right, bounce, right? When your awareness and intuition is telling you that there's somebody that's really watching you and wants to get to know you better, and that the only thing that's turning them off are these toxic predator-like people, right? And don't take that predator card lightly, because friends that don't care about you will leave you stranded in certain situations that can be very dangerous, especially if they like to party. And in this group, y'all got some friends that like to party a lot. Don't go to no party with these people. Don't let them be the dependent upon ride or anything like that. Don't get caught up in something that you can't get yourself out of, all because you were trying to please them. You were trying to fit the appearance of what they want you to be, right? Because there's something bigger and better coming for you that's in store. It's already on the way. There's a newfound security that's on its way. Let's get into what some of your guides specifically will want you to know, right? Some of the steps they may want you to take. We have Gaia's Garden. The first thing that stood out to me from this, out of all this written here, is abundance, and then reaping what you sow. You have to take responsibility for the negative and toxic emotions that these people bring out of you, right? Because while they may trigger it, you're the person that's not catching yourself and then saying, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm going to step away from this. I'm not about that life, or I'm not about the drama and all that. You play your part, be it for false loyal reasons, whatever it may be, because these are falsely friends. You can't be loyal to people that aren't really loyal to you. You might be playing a part, but you can't really expect for them to return it in kind when they never had it to begin with, right? But when you clean this up, when you fix these shadow symptoms here, right? When you're able to get all that in order, you're able to recognize that a person that's watching you, that has a better instinct and a better intention for you, you'll communicate with them and you'll be able to reap the benefits of that. Abundance wants to come in your life. That's why there may be a move, whether it be with work or even moving out of the city. There's an opportunity that's coming here. And remember, we reverse these for the positives. So accept the fact that you're an abundant being. You're meant to have abundance. Don't let a lack of self-worth get in the way. Let yourself actually step into your self-worth. Instead of allowing someone else to alter you, right? Instead of you playing, because I feel like sometimes some of these people's toxic behavior rubs off on you. You might have found yourself judging people they didn't like just because they said so. And then you find out later that that was wrong. And you might have altered someone else's self-esteem as well, right? You reap what you sow with that. So we got to clean that up. You can't be letting people bring out other sides of you that aren't really meant to be your vibration. You're not meant to be that low vibrational person, right? We have the Metal King: discipline, armor, boundaries. You need to know how to set boundaries with these toxic people. You need to know how to armor yourself the proper way when it comes to people that have these negative intents for you, right? And this isn't about, I'm going to put an armor on and I'm just going to trust no one, never, because remember, trust came out here. You want to be able to trust your instincts and follow the right signs so that you know who to let that armor off with and who not to. This is about discernment, using your discernment by paying close attention to what's going on around you, because you have awareness. You're not slow, right? There's nothing slow about you. You just get caught up. And a lot of it was due to that self-worth. Now it's time for you to recognize you are worth it. You're worth more than that, right? Discipline yourself. Go within. Have talks with yourself. There's nothing wrong with sitting down and really having genuine talks with yourself. I'm not just talking about affirmations, but looking in the mirror and saying, what are some of the issues that are creating my mentality right now? What are some of the thoughts on my mind that might be holding me up right now? How do I fix them? I have these chakras blocked. How do I open them up? And just allowing for those answers to come to you. Don't try to force no answers. Don't try to be over the top with your response. Just allow for yourself to naturally, spiritually hear what needs to be done. You will hear it. Trust and believe that you will. You probably are a person that gets those kind of thoughts where it feels like someone says something to you in your head. You be thinking you crazy. You're not crazy. You've seen many a time that you're not crazy. I'm really trying not to hit this tripod that I have. So if it shakes a bit, guys, I'm sorry here. Right? There's some youthful energy. That's why I said I feel like this fits that admirer, but it fits you. You have a youthful energy and a creative energy when you're actually in a good state of mind. When you don't let people throw you off your game. Right? This also feels like that same sacred chakra, which is in the pelvis. So if ever you get discomfort, like in the pelvis area, whenever you're in a situation that feels off or toxic, now you know why you get it. Tap into your creativity more. I feel like that's going to bring that admirer closer to you, that positive admirer, and make sure that you're definitely using your discernment. You're a true admirer, whether this is a person that wants to be your friend or whether this is a person that wants to be your lover, they will respect your boundaries. They're not going to make you do nothing that you don't want to do, right? Whereas the more predatory person will try to talk you into all kinds of things. Do that. Well, why can't we just do this? Why you got to be a prune? Why you got to be this? Da da da. And this is for male or female, right? Doesn't matter what you identify as. What matters is that you recognize what this message is trying to tell you. That a person that really cares about you cares about your growth, not the depletion of. People who are toxic rather see you fail because they think that when you fail, they get ahead and they're still miserable. That's why they're always talking trash about people, right? For that transformation, you can take small steps with it. It doesn't have to be an overnight thing. Not talking to toxic people, though, yeah, that's an overnight thing. But as far as like maybe because of that creative block that was taking place due to all this other energy here, because again, the page represents you and that other person, there's a sentimental side to you. Take baby steps in allowing that part of you to really vibrate out. You may have to cry some nights. You might do art or poems that are really emotional at times. Allow yourself to express that version of yourself. Express all different parts of it, though. Don't just sit and write a journal when everything is woe is me, but also write about positive things, places you want to go, things that you want in your life and how they affect you emotionally. Allow for yourself to sit down with a little cup of tea with some honey and just vibe. Just vibe out how you're feeling. I'm also getting third eye energy because this little plant up here, the leaves on it are purple, right? Let that intuitive side come out. Take the small steps. And then we have asking for help here. I can't speak for every reader, but me personally, I tap into the divine. I tap into source. And when doing that, I get permission to tap into the energies that need help with these collective readings, as I would also do if it was a personal reading. So whenever I see ask for help appear in a reading, I know that it's not just about you coming to a person like me, or it's not just about even just the physical friends that surround you. It's about helping you to realize that you have a divine team around you that's just waiting for you to notice their signs and waiting for you to ask them to do something. Because at the end of the day, they can drop sign after sign after sign in front of you. It's not going to make no never mind if you're ignoring it, right? But when you ask for help and then you take the time to be patient and have stillness and listen and wait. They could send you messages in dreams. They may have already been doing that. They can send you, when you're walking down the street and you get like that feeling, I shouldn't walk down the street. Let me turn around. That's a divine intervention. Something is saying to you, hey, don't walk down this street today. Any other day might be fine, but today something in the air is funny. That's that divine help. That's your ancestors. Could be relatives of yours that passed on, or just your spiritual celestial guides. They're coming to say, we're here to assist you. And they're ready to help you on any creative venture. They're ready to help you on any transformation that you need, any move that you're going through. They just need you to acknowledge them. So that when they send you these signs, you start noticing them. You hear that little voice and you'll listen to it more, right? You will need some patience and some stillness. So meditation, I know y'all, if y'all watch my readings regularly, you're like, oh my God, meditation again. Yes. Yeah, it's what our ancestors and elders used to do. And it's how we were so magical in what we could do, because we knew how to center ourselves and go within. Become familiar with the inner you, right? Let's go to the bottom of the deck. Any other numbers or chakras I might have been picking up during this reading, I normally put in the description, because I normally try to keep these under 40 minutes. Normally. We're going to go to the bottom of the deck of Denied Shadow Oracle. Well, not the bottom. This is the top of the deck. But we have pride, self-centeredness, and ego-driven. Do not let pride get in the way of your success. I know that sometimes, especially when adults, people who are specifically over their teen years, because I do feel like there were some teens coming in here like 18, 20, like heading into college ages or in early college year ages. But there's some others here that are clearly in their 30s and 40s. Y'all be listening to your friends and getting caught up in the drama of your friends, just like the youngins do. Don't let pride get in the way of you admitting that. Don't let pride and ego get in the way of you admitting that those toxic behaviors that they trigger are still you making the decision to act out of that behavior, right? That you're ignoring the signs that they have bad intentions. Don't let pride get in the way of you seeing that because of your issue, when it comes to how you view yourself, you might have been snapping on people, giving them some self-esteem issues. When you yourself are dealing with them, you're becoming, at times when you're hanging with these people or family members, you become a bit of what you don't like. And you got to first admit that in order to change it. You can't just try to bury it. When you change it, you see that the road will open for you, but you got to change it, right? Overly sensitive to being controlled or losing one's identity. Falls right in line with what I'm saying. If you let pride get in the way of you seeing what the real issue is, you find yourself becoming that which you don't like. So then when these real friends come in, or this admirer comes in and say, look, you got all this potential, but I'm noticing that when you're around this group, or when you hang with that family member, or when you're dealing with that partner, you're not like you. You're not the you that you are with me, right? And you might get overly sensitive and go, I don't like being controlled. How do you not like being controlled when you're hanging with individuals who put you in situations that they control? If they make you go to that party and that party's bad for you, and now you're sitting in this party drinking or doing a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want to do, that you're not supposed to do, where was your control? Don't think that just because you say yes to getting into the car, that means you were in control of that situation, especially if you have no way out and they just leave you stranded there. If you have a friend that always mooches off of you, asking you to do events for them, using up your creativity, give you no funds for that. Now you done spent hours of work and making them something. They gave you no money, they gave you no advertisement, no nothing, and they used the bull excuse of, well, you're my friend, you're supposed to do that. You don't get to pull that friend card though. So what control did you have in that situation? Right? Don't waste your time being overly sensitive. Don't create fears that'll keep you from learning the lessons that you need to learn. Because you need balance. You need that inner harmony to come in here. And you're responsible for that. They can be triggers all day. The world will be full of triggers. This reading may be a trigger. Everything can be a trigger. You are in control of how you respond to those triggers. In fact, you are in control for how long triggers will remain to be such. Meaning you can cleanse things out to the point that you're no longer triggered. But you have to make that decision. You have to take the responsibility to do so. And that can take discipline. Right? Creating new positive paths because you reap what you sow. And you wish to open the door to your abundance. You're born abundant. Nobody can take that away from you, but you can bury it and they can make you feel like you never had it. But it's time that you recognize that you do. Let's go to the bottom of the deck for the Wolf Tarot. I just talked about this earlier. We have stranded. You may feel stranded financially or emotionally with no help from anyone. You may also feel cut off or out of touch. Take time to think of new plans for future. Have faith and trust yourself. And then trust. Look at that. Trust is out here. If you're feeling stuck in the situation with these people, perhaps you feel like, you might even feel like this isn't going to happen because you're like, I don't really have the money. That could be why you needed to move, or a move is coming because you need some help financially, right? That's all the more reason not to have friends that are taking advantage of you when they know that you're down on a hard time. But I really feel like stranded is out here to say, you've been feeling this way for a reason. You know that you're in a situation where you're around people that have the resources and the means to help you, and they're not. And there are some real friends coming in, but you may not be so open to trust them because you're too caught up thinking about the ones that don't mean you no good. You got to come out of that mentality, right? You're allowing for your creativity to be blocked. Allow that creativity to open up. Remember, we reversed all these back into the upright position so that you're able to let that success and that transformation and that victory and that union and that connection and celebration to pull into your life. Feel how you believe it will feel to be successful. That's how you manifest. That's going to always be the key to manifest. That's going to be an absolute. Feel like you're already successful. Feel like you already have the means. Look around you at the things that you do have to your disposal to get off on your feet. And now you utilize that. Don't allow for the negative people to make you feel like you're stuck. We have intent. During this time, a partner or soulmate is closely monitoring your intentions. Your actions could make or break your relationship, i.e. drinking, drugs, promises, bad habits, or third party. Didn't I say some of y'all are caught in a third party situation? And there's a potential business partner, friendship, or lover that's watching you. And if you ain't careful and they start to believe that your intentions are as bad as those predators' intentions, they're not going to want to deal with you. And that'll be you missing out on a huge, huge blessing, a huge opportunity. You don't want to do that. Don't throw away something good just because of toxic people and situations. We have strength. Could indicate you are surrounded by obstacles. You will find inner strength to overcome them at all times. Keep your faith and you will be guided. You will find strength you never knew you had. If you feel like you can't leave some of these situations or people because you just feel like you owe them, or you feel like you'll be betraying them, whatever the case may be, you have the inner strength to move on. You have the inner strength to go forward. But you got to allow yourself to tap into it. You got to allow yourself to flow to that balance. Get rid of them fears, right? Because deep down, you're a strong person. They wouldn't be calling, for those of you who get called in to help them assist in fights and whatnot, they wouldn't be calling you if you didn't have some type of strength. We're not just talking about physical strength, but nonetheless, right? Sometimes people like to make an individual that's really strong feel inferior to them just because they also fear that person's strength. Now that's a whole word, okay? Let's see what we have in the bottom of this deck here. Angelic help. See that? What did I say before about asking for help? Sometimes it comes from a higher source. It could be having a soul guidance session with me. It could be the positive friends that are trying to come in that'll talk to you and really listen to your issues and give you sound advice, right? It could be that higher power, but there's definitely help here for you. You're not alone. You're not as stranded as you feel when it comes to your situation, emotions, and etc. Inner conflict, morality, choices. You're dealing with inner conflict when it comes to a lot of this. That's what was slowing down. Like I said earlier, that's a part of what was slowing down this transformation, is the conflict of emotions, lack of communication, toxic people, third parties, drama, all of that. Because there's a part of you that's like, I gotta have my friends back, or that's my partner, or I think I'm in love with all these thoughts. But the real you, the higher you, is like, listen, we not benefiting here. We need to make a conscious choice to do better, because this ain't it. We need to reverse these. We need to put them in the upright position. And you're kind of like caught between those emotions. But trust and strategize, right? That goes back into that creative energy too, that you and this admirer person has when it comes to the Page of Cups. I feel like either you or the person that's watching you, one of y'all might be younger than the other. Not necessarily by too much. I mean, to take what resonates, but I do feel like there may be an age difference here, especially if the admirer is somebody that could put in a good word with you as some type of business or owns a business. Doesn't mean that they're older because they own a business, but there is some type of possible age gap for some of you, right? Could be in college. Some of you could already be out of college, something like that. Take what resonates. That's not for everybody. But trust and strategize on your situation, especially whatever you're feeling stranded in, because there's new moving energy coming in here. It's just coming in really slow due to all of the other stuff that was in reverse. But once you start the process, once you start flowing the way you're supposed to, doors will open up. We have the cosmos. Look at that. Creativity and vastness. Yeah. You got this, right? The solution here is to really go within and make the decisions and the choices that are necessary. You have the awareness to do so. You have the strength to do so. There are positive people coming into your life. There are positive situations coming in. 2220, I just saw 2222, and this card is 22. We also have 33. Actually, a lot of threes. 34, 37. Threes may mean something to you. 30. These numbers may mean something to you. These may be numbers that you've seen a lot. The meaning of these numbers may also be important for you. So those may be numbers you want to look up here. Also, wolves may be your spirit animal, right? I believe this is an otter. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's an otter. So some of these animals could be spirit animals for you. They may appear to you in dreams when those different cosmic energies come to communicate with you. They may communicate with you through animals and numbers first, right? We also have 3 here. Yes, I'm seeing like a lot of 3s. I'll put all the numbers that really resonate in the description, but that's the end of this reading. Peace, love, and light to you all. I hope that resonates, gave you some clarity. If it did, comment below. Share this video with someone who you think needs it. And I'll see you guys next time.